Here we are, Fred. Another Wednesday night.
How you doing, Clay?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing well as well.
Good, good. It's nice to see a little sunshine this evening after our snow.
Yep. Cold day.
Oh, yeah. You know, my daughter woke up when she came upstairs. She looked out the window and said, boy, it's pretty out there. And I thought, yeah, it is pretty out there, but doggone it, it's April. And
Those birds were jumping like crazy.
they were.
Yep.
They were kind of crazy. Oh, it looks like Christian wants to come in and say hello a minute.
Okay.
He was just outside on the tramp. He's got to get his exercise any way he can.
Oh, hey,
Christian, come on in.
Guest appearance.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
So talk to me about, you're talking to this microphone. Talk to me
Okay.
about school. How's school going for you at this point?
It's good, but it's a lot of
Yep.
work.
Yep. You have to sit for a while in the morning and knock that out? Yeah. Good stuff.
How long do you have to sit at one time, Christian?
Probably from 9 to maybe rarely from 9 to 2.
Really? You sitting that long?
Well, you get up and
Wow.
you're moving around
Okay.
here and there, but you're on your homework for that stretch.
Good
there
for you.
weekend, aren't you?
Wow.
Yep.
So it seems like it's tougher than school, being at school, or not?
Yeah, because most days we're not gonna a lot of the times at school we might not get homework because we're gonna be teaching a lesson or taught a lesson. But
Okay.
then if we don't get homework and things to do, then we won't learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you have to do work every day now, which is different than school.
Yeah.
Different than school at home.
Right.
The bow ties is know what that's like.
Oh yeah. Yep, they do. They do.
That's right. They
Yeah.
do that all the time.
So were you just out on the trampoline for a little while?
Yes.
Burn a little energy?
Yes.
Good. Excellent, man.
Yep.
All right. See you later.
See you, Christian.
Little guest appearance from my son there.
That's great. Is Maggie coming tonight too?
I don't know. We'll see once. I know she's baking cookies, so
Oh.
we'll see how
right.
how that works out for us later.
Chocolate chip?
Hopefully. There's chocolate chips in them. There's M&Ms in them.
my
I think they might be monster cookies.
What do you think,
that's
Eric?
What they called them.
Yeah, I don't know my copy yet.
Oh, our
yeah.
broadcast engineer is making sure everything is going
Yeah.
well.
You know, speaking of, we ought to check our
Our
distance here and make sure we're
right.
pulling a good 6 feet.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we're
6
right
foot,
there.
1 inch.
Yep, we're in good shape. Yep. Cool, excellent. So what you been up to this week?
You know, not a whole lot of anything this week. It's been a tough week. You know, it's colder,
Yep.
raining.
Yep.
Can't get out and do much, and I haven't been able to do much at work for the last 4 weeks. So it's been tough.
Yeah, that's been kind of brutal. I hear you. This week especially when it's
Yep.
been so cold out there. It's tough.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Boy.
we've got our first
Oh, my goodness.
visitor
It's
coming in
Julie.
here tonight.
Hi, Julie.
There's Julie from church.
Hey,
How are you?
One
I'm
thing I
doing
should
good.
tell our people is if we wind up bombing out on you, if you hang on, we'll be back. What we found is if we're in a Skype call, it seems to draw more bandwidth, which basically means it
yes.
sucks more internet. So we might have to cut to audio on the Skype call if that happens. But we'll see what happens tonight. So
So how was your
sounds
week,
good.
Julie?
And then you'll probably get my really crazy Skype picture then.
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Did
Yeah.
it just
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
we're buffering.
all right, let's try audio only and see what happens.
You want me to turn off the video?
I think we can get it on this end. Right, Eric?
Okay, you won't be able to see us, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it matters with us pulling your picture in. Hold on a second.
Okay.
So how's your week, Julie?
So far, so good.
Yeah. Are you
I'm-
going
I'm
to work?
still working.
We gotta wait until we're live to talk of this stuff.
Oh, okay. All
Let's
right.
wait a second
Oh.
here till it kicks back in.
Okay.
We have an excellent connection.
Huh.
It just might take 20 to 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's right. The hang time,
I already lost a few people.
the delay.
Oh, all right. This just bombed too. Great. Having a lot of problems.
Technical difficulties.
I don't know I don't know that it ever like went away.
There's about a 30-second lag time when it streams through the.
Yeah, and I can see me just fine on there yet.
Really?
Yeah. That's so weird.
Maybe we are live.
I'll tell you when it goes to just audio only, but I think it's still going. Okay, now their video is gone.
Okay, now we're gone.
Yeah.
Well, we still don't have a picture.
Hmm.
And
It's just
Is
Julie
our
on
audio
there.
on there too, or not?
it should be.
That's awesome.
So it can. Are we going live? I mean, are we showing up on the stream right now as we talk? Because we can keep talking. They don't have
You
to
are
look at us.
You are not on the screen, but I am.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense because they're camera.
So we should probably just keep talking to Julie then. So,
That's awesome.
so are you going? Are you
Hey,
going to work, Julie, or are you working from home?
Show.
Oh, what'd you say, Julie?
I said, "Hey, everybody! It's the
There
Julie
we
Show."
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They'd rather look at you than us anyway.
exactly. So, how's your work going? Are you working from home? What's your status right now?
I am working from home full time. I do compliance or legal for an investment management firm. So I am an essential worker. So I'm doing what I can and I'm working from home while I do it. So our staff only has four or five people that are at the office at any given point instead of all 11 of us.
Got it.
Everybody else is working from home.
Okay.
Got it.
So
I
is
see.
that a good routine for you to work from home? How does that work?
It's really nice right now because I have my phone from work here, so it's as if like if phone calls come in, I can answer as if I'm here or
Okay.
at work.
Oh,
Great.
nice. So you call
the
forwarding
clients
and all that?
call in, they don't even notice any difference.
Nice.
Ah, very cool.
Wow.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Because right now, if you call school, you'll join the voicemails on my desk that I check about once a month.
Oh, good.
It's
Good.
all whenever somebody calls my phone at school on my desk, it's always a marketer. It's never. It's
Never a
never
parent?
like parents.
Oh, yeah.
Parents, they always call my cell or usually they email me.
Okay. So how long have you been doing that work, Julie?
I have been at that office or at LVZ now for 18 years.
Oh wow!
Good for you.
18 years last month.
Wow, that's a good stretch.
So, yeah.
So what does the new normal look like for you? Like if I were to say to you, what's your daily routine like now? What does it look like for you?
My daily routine is to get up, get over to my desk by 8 o'clock, work until 5-ish, and then hopefully break at 5.
Yep.
Oh,
Last night was 7:30, so
man, that's a long day.
kind of comes and goes of how dedicated I am.
Mhm.
Julie, could you try to turn your video off once? I think we just froze again.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, we'll see if we can come back here.
So we're buffering right now.
Yep.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, I see that now.
Yeah, I might. I'm actually thinking about switching internet providers because I'm running Comcast, and if you know the tech side of things, you tend to share a feed into your neighborhood. So if you do like AT&T, you tend to you
Are
get your
you
own
with
line.
Comcast or you with AT&T? Are you with AT&T right now?
Comcast right now, which is the issue I think sometimes. I'll have to try that once. Although,
At least the upload.
yeah, I'll make a phone call over there. Okay. See, I'm at about 60 down. I'll have to make a phone call once. Yeah.
We might be coming back in a minute.
All right, I'm going to make that phone call this week for sure to see if that will make a difference.
Yeah, because it would be nice one of these weeks to have it go without
It would go without a hitch.
interruptions.
Ah, perfect.
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, for it's in talking to Brad Patterson last week too. They or 2 weeks ago, whenever we talked to the Pattersons, him too. It's more of a, and Trifons too, more of a standard. You're working the 8 to 5 at your desk at home, which is my job looks very different on that end. I mean, Monday I was like, I don't know, 10 hours. Tuesday, 10 hours. Today it was probably 8.
Wow.
And now I've got my recordings done now for the week. So now Thursday, Friday will be a lot less. It will be grading and it's interesting the way the differences in there.
Yep.
And it used to be, I try to keep my work at school. So I stay at school, get there on time, stay there till my work is done. I've always done it that way. But now it's definitely much more fielding calls at home, at night.
Yeah, the biggest difference that I have right now is the fact that I work in Holland, so I have the half-hour drive there, half-hour drive back. So I'm saving at minimum an hour's drive, more like an hour and a half.
Oh, see, that's got to be nice.
So,
Hey,
there's that's going for me at the moment.
Yeah.
So part of me is like, I really want to keep working from home because I don't get interrupted during the day.
Jackie and I had that conversation here a little while ago. I wonder how many jobs will change in that way, because I think a lot of places realize, because of the technology now, this person does not have to come into work every day.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I could easily see quite a few of us going, like me and a couple other of my coworkers possibly going down to 2 days in the office, 3 days at home, or vice versa.
And if you think about that, just from a business perspective, that's a desk you can get rid of. It's a space. You can shrink your space if you're alternating people coming in.
Mm-hmm. Theoretically.
Theoretically. Yeah, that's true. Theoretically. Of course, if the government did that, they'd probably have to increase the space because we have less people here. Now we need more people in the office to monitor the people who aren't here.
Don't get started on that, Clay.
Sorry, I can get on a tear.
Yep. Oh, I totally understand that.
Hey, talk to us about your card ministry a little bit. That was so great to get a card.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, it was.
I love sending mail. So, and that's kind of where the whole thing started was, if I can make somebody smile and, by sending a card, I'm going to do that. And that's it costs however much a card is. I get most of my cards from like the dollar store. So you get like 8 cards for $1. And they're all blank inside. So you have to write out something, but then, 55 cents for a stamp. And I'm like, if you can make somebody smile for, less than $1, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So,
that's great, Julie.
Well, I'll tell you, for $1.70 last week, we all started talking about it, and we're pretty excited to get a card. That was great.
Yeah, it was, and it's fun to do, and so yeah. The other thing that I've been doing, and I've been doing this for years, is I started sending postcards through a website called Post Crossing, and it matches you with another post crosser. So you have a postcard and it matches you with another person, and they will you can send your postcard to that person with a code, and then you'll receive a postcard in return from somewhere else around the world.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's
it's
cool.
really fun. So I've gotten postcards from a ton of countries.
Where's the most exotic place you've gotten a card from? Or unique?
See, I would have to look through my cards to know that.
Interesting.
I know I've gotten one from Japan. Yeah. That one was probably one of the most interesting ones. The ones from the Caribbean are really fun to
Oh,
get.
I bet. Especially in the winter.
So, yeah, especially in the winter. I kind of put myself on hold with that until just a couple weeks ago because it gets expensive because those are $1.20, I
yeah, I
think,
bet.
for the stamp. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this all the time, but right now it's kind of fun because you get fun mail in return.
Oh, it
So
reminds me of my son
yeah.
in, I think he was in second, third grade. They did the Flat Stanley. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a
Yes.
Flat Stanley project, and they had to send their Flat Stanley somewhere. Well, I have a friend in Australia and a friend in Switzerland. So Flat Stanley left here, went to Switzerland over the Atlantic, went from Switzerland to Australia, and then came back over the Pacific. So it was kind of fun. His Flat Stanley actually literally went around the world, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, the world of internet makes things. I mean, I've got a couple of friends that I would consider actually pretty good friends that I've never actually met in person. That you realize you have so much in common with, and hobbies and motorcycling and everything else, and it just it's crazy.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, I was very into blogging. And so I still have a bunch of friends all over the country from my blogging days that I connected with through writing. And yeah, so it's kind of the same thing, but I've met a lot of them at different conferences and such.
Very cool. How long have you been coming to Covenant now?
I want to say between 2 and 3 years.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Hey, what do you think of the church services right
I
now?
wasn't very. I like it because most of the time I'm there right at 9:30, which I'm really like, hey, I'm still on time.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. At the
Which-
Lubbers
which,
household, if it wasn't for me being in praise band, we'd never be able to find a seat because we'd always wind up coming in really late. But
Oh, see, that's totally me though right now too.
well, yeah,
anyway.
right now
'Cause
our church starts at 10:30
Not
on
right
most
now,
days.
but like, oh yeah, right. Pretty much anytime I'm walking in church, I'm one of the last ones.
Yep.
So I was trying to get better because I like certain spots to sit, and if I don't get there, 9:25 now, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to just take a chance
Venture out a
here.
little
Yep. Well, you can always join the
won't
Lubbers up
sit
in
in
the
the
front
row,
there,
though.
where we always end up sitting.
That won't happen. I won't be in the front row.
Yeah, we wind
So-
up there once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was a different Easter. I had a Facebook post where I was a bit reflective Sunday afternoon. It was it was kind of sunny and it was 60, and I sat outside and was reading, and I don't know. Easter to me is always like the greatest church holiday of the year, but it was definitely lacking something when I couldn't gather with my church family and the biological family for dinner, But
Yeah, I definitely miss my family. But it's also because I live alone, so I really haven't met most of my family in person in almost over 2
Yeah.
weeks.
it's been a while.
The only I've seen one. Well, it's been about 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So because I saw my brother and his family, and then I saw my other brother yesterday.
Got
so.
it. So do you have any
Yeah.
questions for us?
Well, because I am a traveler normally, not right now, obviously. So my one question, or my main question, is if you could go anywhere, bucket list item, where is the place that you would go?
Wow.
What would you say, Fred?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about it a lot. I don't really have a bucket list for
travel?
vacation or travel. No,
I
really
would, for me, it would. This is again the science geek's going to come out in me. It would either be Hawaii or Iceland, both because they're incredibly geologically active. I'd love to see a real volcano, to look down and see a real, like Kilauea. I would love to see Kilauea, or Iceland has got all kinds of geothermic activity going on there.
We got to see a lava pond in Nicaragua when we went.
Did you really?
Yeah, we went up to the mountain, and you look down and you just see a lava lake. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
See, I'd love that. To me, maybe Iceland would be my, probably 3 years ago, I had a motorcycling buddy. He's on the East Coast, and he and I were chatting about flying to Iceland and renting motorcycles, and you can loop the whole island, and there's places that'll put you up and things like that.
I think there too you can scuba dive between the tectonic plates.
You can.
Really?
There's one spot where the mid-Atlantic ridge goes right through there, and you can actually dive between the continental plates. Yeah, so there's that would be mine, probably Iceland, to go there and check that out. In the summer, of course, I think, yeah.
What about you, Fred?
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I don't have a real. I mean, I heard New Zealand is beautiful.
That you just stole
Yeah.
my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on the top of my list.
Okay.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit got me kind of interested.
Yeah.
And there's
Yep.
some fantastic flora and fauna in New Zealand I'd love to check out.
Okay.
Yep. That or anything in the, Asia area like Thailand, Vietnam. I think there's some awesome beaches and just cool stuff over there too.
I'm kind of a Google Earth nerd, so I'll sit on the couch sometimes, and every once in a while I'll wind up in the South Pacific, zooming in on different little islands, and just in my head I start thinking like, who lives there? What are they doing? What's going on there? If I was like, this is why God will never make me loaded wealthy, because I'd blow it on like getting a multi-million-dollar yacht so I can visit these islands.
Okay. You could rent for that.
I could, but I don't know. There's many more uses for that kind of coin in the kingdom. I think God's smart enough to know, like, I'm not gonna use that money well.
Okay.
What about you, Julie?
Right now, the top place on my bucket list is the Netherlands, because I have not been there, and I am very into genealogy, and my entire family descends. All my ancestors are from the Netherlands. So.
Have you ever done 23andMe or anything like that?
Yep, I've done them all.
For my birthday, I think last fall, maybe it was Christmas, they gave me Jackie and the kids gave me 23andMe, and I did that, and that was kind of fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Figure out where your people come from.
Yeah.
So
Were
there's
you
a little
surprised?
Yep.
A little bit. Like I come out with my people are the from Friesland, so we're kind of the hillbillies of the
Me
Netherlands.
too.
Yeah, welcome. That's excellent, because we've got some. What do you call the Vikings? There's some Viking blood in there too. The Scandinavian.
I can
blood
see that in
us.
you.
Yeah.
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 So that was kind of fascinating to see how much of it is labeled from that region.
Yeah, we were able, Donna and I made a trip about 12 years ago and met my parents in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
And since they came to Canada in the early 50s, they took us around and show us where they grew up. It was really cool.
That would be
That
fascinating.
was really cool.
Yep.
That's
My
awesome.
parents and brother went there, and we've got relatives in Friesland yet. They would be I think on that side, they're like my fourth or fifth cousins.
Okay.
That would be my dad's mom's side. On my dad's side, my grandpa lovers, they've been here for a long time. They were a generations of cowboys going back. I got to think here. My great grandfather. I got to make sure I got my greats right. Yeah, my great grandfather and my great grandfather used to pay taxes in Deadwood, South Dakota. They would ride. They'd be gone for about 4 days. And for my great grandpa, it was always a source of pride, because he would always, in my grandpa's memoirs, he's got it written that they would always make fun of I think it was the Norwegians who wouldn't pay taxes because nobody's going to come and check on them. But for my great grandpa, it was a source of pride that he was American and he got to pay taxes.
Okay.
So they'd ride on horseback to Deadwood and pay taxes in Deadwood.
Wow.
That's so cool.
It's crazy. I'm glad my grandpa wrote some of that stuff down before he passed away. That's it's neat to see.
Yeah, that is a treasure for sure.
Oh yeah.
Another question?
You have any other questions for us? That was a great one.
Let's see here. Oh, what's the favorite place that you've already been?
Ooh.
Well, when we made the trip to Europe, we went to Germany, and we got to drive just into Switzerland to say that we were in the Alps, and we were in Luzern, Switzerland, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
Really, really nice. Yep.
Nice.
That's probably one of my most favorite places.
Mine would probably rotate between either Jamaica in an all-inclusive resort with my wife before we had kids, or in 2010 we rode motorcycles up to James Bay, Hudson Bay. That was pretty cool. Wow. That summer I put my foot in the up there, which would be the Arctic. I drove actually the Atlantic, and we vacationed in California. Wow. So I was in the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the Arctic in one summer.
Wow.
That's a great question. How about you?
I went to India a couple of years ago, so that's my most current favorite.
That had to be fascinating.
The Taj Mahal was amazing. Even though it was downpouring on us the entire time we were in a monsoon, it was still amazing.
That is totally cool. Mm-hmm. So you must do a lot of traveling.
Kind of. I like to find new places to go. I rarely go to the same place twice. So, I mean, unless it's Chicago, but that's, it's Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I rarely go to the same place twice.
Yeah, that makes sense. An explorer.
Yes.
That is very
cool. For sure.
What's the farthest you've been?
Oh, India.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
Oh, yeah.
That's almost on the other side of the world, right?
Taking that flight, we did a 13-hour flight from Chicago to Qatar, and that was insane. Like, I will do it to go to Australia at some point, but I don't know that I would do it on a regular, like, go back on a regular basis kind of thing.
That is a long stretch. Were you on a big plane that you could get up and walk around once in a while or not?
Yeah, once in a while. Although the bulk of when we were traveling on that flight, it was time to sleep. So we slept at least on the way there, I slept most of the way. On the way back, I didn't sleep at all, and that was really rough. 33 hours awake is not ideal.
Yeah, that's brutal. That would be painful.
That was a really rough Monday.
Oh, I bet. Did you have to work too?
No.
Oh, good.
No, I took the next day off. I went back to work on Wednesday, and the jet lag ended up catching up with me that day. So that was pretty rough too.
Yes. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, that's a big flight.
But I went there on a mission trip, so I also got to be in the Himalayas, and that was amazing as well.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So that was by far my favorite mission trip and trip in general.
That is excellent. What mission organization did you go with?
Orphan Outreach.
Oh, okay.
They are out of Austin, Texas.
Okay. That is very cool.
Yeah. So we got to work with orphans that live in a they live in an orphanage, but then they also have a Christian school that's attached to it. So they have a really good education that goes along with it. And in India, that's pretty much the only way that they will be able to learn about Christ. So that's really awesome.
That is very cool.
That's great, Julie.
That is excellent.
So are you from Grand Rapids originally, Julie?
I am from Holland originally.
I believe Julie is a Maroon, just like myself.
No way.
I am reluctantly. How about that?
I figured we got to stand proud in this sailor territory.
That's right.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
But I also went to Hope College, so I've got the Maroon thing against me, and I've got the Hope College thing against me.
Well, my wife would be proud. My wife is a Hope grad.
No.
Even though she teaches for Calvin now, she's a Hope grad.
I was going to say, doesn't she teach at Calvin?
Yep. But she is a Hope grad, so she's right there with you.
So, Go Dutch.
Yep. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, do you have any other questions for us? Any other thoughts about church? How it's been going?
I really enjoyed it. Just the services being online and being able to just do things at my own pace, kind of as well.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, what'd you think of communion last week?
The whole eating breakfast while watching church is going to be a hard. I'm going to have to go take that back. Like, I don't know if we're going to be serving breakfast at church after this is all over.
Eric, did we just go down?
Oh, video did.
Video went down, so we're still on audio right
we'll
now.
Get it back. I don't know. I think it's a video card.
We coming back?
Our
audio is still there, though,
this
right?
This is the longest contested.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see
great,
if we
Julie.
we get back here. We're figuring out the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you think about communion at home? That was something new.
I actually didn't. I didn't do that service, so.
Got it. Yeah, we did. We used bread and for the first time in about, I don't know, 20 years, wine.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about you, Fred?
We did a graham cracker and just some grape juice.
Nice.
Yep.
I mean, it's the symbolism, right?
Exactly.
It's not the item itself.
Nope.
I just figured if I have a chance, I'm going to do a throwback to my youth and actually have the wine there.
That's right. You had wine in your youth?
Actually, with communion, yes. At Graskup CRC, that was what you had. It was wine.
Oh, Graskup.
Yep. Where'd you grow up in church there, Julie?
Grace Reformed in right across from West Ottawa.
A North Sider.
North Sider.
Excellent. Cool.
And most of my friends were from West Ottawa, so,
Well, most of my friends were from Hamilton. Well, many of my friends were from Hamilton. I was a South Sider.
There you go. I always gravitate to the people who, we're not really friends with the people we went to high school with.
Yep. Oh, I had a lot of friends from Hamilton. I had a mix.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. Well, great chatting with you, Julie, even though the video portion wasn't working well.
Yeah, you guys, right now I can just see the little circle thing going around, so.
Yeah.
Can you hear anything? You probably can't hear anything either then, can you?
I have it muted because I don't want the reverb.
Okay.
Because otherwise that would be bad.
That would be bad.
Yeah. I had to refresh my feed, and I think it's working still. And we might be down.
It looks like we're up over here this time.
I'll reload.
Something different.
So we still got people hanging on?
6.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, Megs. We're yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Why don't you wait to walk in until we
How are you doing, Maggie?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, thanks for playing on the keyboards.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. How many takes do they have?
Hey, I see you.
You got us coming in now?
Oh. You're paused or you're.
Yeah, I think we're back.
Buffed.
Okay.
Yep, I think you're back now.
Okay. We'll figure that. I'm going to call my internet provider this week and bump up the service here.
There
And
you
see
go.
what we
That or
can
we
do.
just have to find a different spot.
Yeah. We'll bump up service and see and go from there, and we'll figure it out. Cool. Maggie just came into the barn here.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Julie, we'll talk to you later. We'll sign off now.
Thanks, Julie.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on tonight.
Good talking to you.
Great to chat with you. See you later.
Take
See
care.
ya.
Maggie, what do you got here? What do you have here for? You got to talk into my microphone here a little bit.
I've been doing a lot of baking during this quarantine.
Which is good because we have 50 pounds of flour that we bought.
Yes.
50
if anybody
pounds.
needs flour, text.
We have lots of flour.
We do.
So what are these?
They're monster cookies.
Ooh, very
Fresh.
nice.
Thank you, Maggie. I love one. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Eric, would you like one?
Can we eat and talk at the same time?
Thanks.
I'm going to figure that out. You just come down here for us, too?
Yeah, I was going to.
Maggie.
Right there.
Thank you very much.
Within arm's reach.
Hey, step over here a minute. So how's school going for you? What do you think about this whole online business?
It's going good. It's definitely different, not as like social, but I do like doing it on like my own schedule and stuff. That's been nice, sleeping in a little bit more.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
Although this week you were up on time mostly.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not that noon sleeping like it is on spring break.
Right. It's nice to have more of a schedule to my day sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
How's your workload been?
This so far, a lot to do so far.
How long are you doing schoolwork in a day, roughly?
Today
Average?
was like 8 to 3. No, like 9 to 3.
Wow.
Yeah, more today.
Yep.
Usually like 4 to 5 hours.
Yep.
Oh.
Heavy day today.
Yep.
And you got some good news about pass-fail classes and getting out of school a little bit earlier for you this year today, right?
Right, yeah. At the end of the year, you can either get your class as a credit or a grade. So that's nice to help your GPA a little bit.
Yeah, so pass-fail or
Right.
a grade. And you're getting out like what, a week early?
Yeah, the last week, which was supposed to be exam week, is now for like help if you need help catching up or understanding a concept.
Because there are no exams, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty good way to try to help those kids that are struggling with this kind of thing.
Yeah. For sure.
Cool.
So remind us, Maggie, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yep.
Wow.
11th grade.
Okay. So you have some friends that are seniors that are struggling a little bit with this being their last year?
Right. A few. I don't think reality has really hit a lot of them yet because it's still April. But when the big events like prom and graduation come up for them, I think it'll be harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool.
So you practicing keyboard a lot then? Or you?
Not really at home, more just at church.
Okay,
Well,
so you're
you
just
sit at the piano and wail out.
so you're just a natural.
Right.
Yeah. That's good.
The amount of takes we have sometimes might say otherwise.
Oh, well, hey, you know what?
It's good.
We don't know how many takes it takes, right?
That's
Right,
true.
it's just one take.
That's
on
right.
Sunday morning.
It's perfect.
Right.
Yeah. That's the good part about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, you can tell we're not recording for an album when we do that because we're every time we get done with a song and there's the cut portion, almost every time somebody's like, "Whoa, I totally messed up on one part."
Yeah.
But when you're a band, everybody kind of covers it, and
Yeah.
nobody stands out.
That's good. Good for you.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
man.
thanks for doing that, Maggie.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
problem.
that's
I
great.
enjoy it.
Cool.
Yep.
All right,
Thanks for
thanks
bringing
for
the cookies.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
problem.
See you later.
What are you bringing next week?
What do you want next week?
We should put an order in.
Yeah. Well, what's the
We'll
best?
think
Yeah,
about it.
okay.
We'll let you know. We'll have to talk about this.
We'll put our order in ahead of time.
Do we have any questions coming in online from our 4 viewers that are left after the?
We're back up to 21.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
No
21.
one's complaining though, so I think they just know that it's normal.
That's
Right.
just the way it is.
Right. Hopefully we can smooth this out. We'll see what happens here.
If you can get this straightened out with your network provider. Right?
Yes. I'll make a phone call this week and we'll see if we can't make some
Do you
magic
think
happen.
you'll stay with Comcast then if they can bump it up or
I don't
not?
know. We'll see once. We're going through the whole discussion of I think we're going to ditch the whole cable thing and go to YouTube TV and just try to reduce the payment. Because even right now, the amount of money you pay for cable, I'm just not sure there's a return on that investment, even during this time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I find we're watching less TV.
I do. I
now.
find I'm watching more things that interest me. For example, being a reformed, I watched a documentary on ZZ Top last night that was really well done. It was a fascinating story about that band.
Okay.
I also watched a documentary, The Siege of Jadotville, which is a true story in the 60s. In the Congo, all the America and the Soviet Union were kind of trying to win over countries in Africa. And it was a fascinating story about the politics of this battle that took place when these Irish soldiers, 150 Irish soldiers, had to hold this town against, 2,000 Soviet and African fighters.
Wow.
It's a fascinating story.
Sarah Mae Vander Laan is a Maroon as well.
Oh, Sarah Mae! Yes, I did not know that. That is great to hear.
Are you quarantined as well, Sarah Mae, over at your place?
Brad Patterson says next week Maggie should grill some frozen pizzas.
Ooh.
Grill?
Wow. We could have a food segment.
Not frozen pizzas. She'll make them from scratch.
She could. But I'll tell you, I have grilled frozen pizzas on the grill with a little smoke in there.
Really?
They come out surprisingly tasty.
Wow, okay.
They're pretty good.
All right.
We got a comment from Erin.
Oh, my daughter Erin.
She said, Dad, you didn't spray your cookie before you ate it.
Oh, my goodness.
Aaron, it came fresh out of the oven where it was really hot. Everything has been neutralized.
It was at 212 degrees. It was boiling. Oh, Aaron.
Although next time maybe we should dip it in some bleach or something to make sure. Just, we don't want to hurt Fred.
I'll put my WD-40 on it or
there
something.
you go.
Might add some flavor.
Eric, do you have any questions?
Yeah. If you were a Microsoft Office program, which one would you be? I can tell you what I'd be. Excel. I'd love numbers.
Yep.
So, yep.
I'll bet you can guess what I'd be.
PowerPoint.
Yep.
The 90s version of PowerPoint.
Exactly, the 90s version.
I don't even relate to that stuff. So.
Well, you're probably Word.
Yeah, Word.
You got a good spoken word.
Wordless, maybe.
You need that some spell check in your life.
A few less words, the better.
Oh, yeah, that's a great question.
So
Good
do we have video back up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're back into it.
All right,
it's like
good.
when we go with just us, we'll up the service and see what happens.
I think
there.
no Skype guests are on, we've never had an issue. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Excellent. Another one.
How about this one can be a Clay moment. What was your best MacGyver moment?
Ooh, boy. If Bill's watching this, good. He probably knows because this winter on the snowmobile trip, when we were up there for the far enough north to find snow, a clutch came off of one of the snowmobiles. And as I pulled up, he made some comment about, oh, boy, let's see you fix this. We fixed it. Oh, yeah. It worked out. All these snowmobiles, these old snowmobiles, they come with basically almost every tool you need to rebuild the engine.
Really?
So had the right wrench.
Wow.
We figured it out.
Good for you.
How would you get an elephant into a refrigerator?
Oh, boy.
1 foot at a time?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd run them through a meat grinder, I suppose, and elephant burger.
Just have to ask Carol Baskins about that.
Carol Baskin, there you go.
Hey, were you able to fish at all this week, Clay?
There's the whole government order, which, if you know anything about me, I struggle with orders.
Following orders, you mean?
Yeah, following is an issue. But I actually, the weather's been nasty, and I have been hammered with school Monday, Tuesday, today.
Okay.
So, and the weather's been nasty too. So that really hasn't been an issue yet.
Hasn't been real good golf weather either.
John Quakel says for the Microsoft Office that he is Clippy.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
That is a 90s. Clippy doesn't exist anymore, does he?
I don't know.
That is a 90s reference.
Might have killed him off.
2000.
Hey, we do need to give a shout out to John and Ken.
Oh yeah,
right?
John and Ken. I don't know if everybody out there knows this, but John Quakel,
Jonathan,
he puts together the whole service, edits it all, makes it happen. Ken runs all the audio for all the recordings and everything. Ken Cope. Yep.
Okay.
Those two guys.
Yeah.
I always tell my students, we all can serve somewhere. And I always tell them, if you're a person who doesn't like to be on front of people at all, there's nursery, sound booth, man. Those are guys that church doesn't happen without John and Ken these days.
Yep.
So
yeah, and John actually retired, right?
Yeah.
But he came back into service.
Yeah.
Wow.
Came back in when we needed him the most.
Yeah.
Very much like a great superhero novel.
Yeah, thank you,
guys.
guys.
When you're doing projection, you can get everyone to look at you.
You can.
Just bomb the slides.
Yeah, but you never want to.
Yeah.
It's always the goal that they don't notice you. No, so a huge shout out to
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Ken and John have been putting in a lot of hours with this whole thing,
Yeah.
making it happen.
Question coming in from Casey Dykstra,
Yes.
Hey, Casey.
last week's guest.
Yeah.
Clay, what is the hardest part of your job teaching students from home?
Without a doubt, Casey, the hardest job is not seeing my people. I am a people person, and I got to be a little careful because I could lose it here. I struggle greatly with not seeing my students. It's different. They see me almost every day on a video, but I don't get to see them, and that part is really, really, really hard. That's the part that's the most difficult, without a doubt.
I can imagine, Clay.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's the part that I miss a lot. Yeah.
I got an article here.
Ah.
Let's see here. Got to refresh. Okay, these are some quarantine tips from someone's cat.
Quarantine tips from a cat.
Do you have
So-
a cat, Clay?
We started out with cats.
Oh.
We had a cat originally when we first got married, and then my wife is a big cat person.
Oh, is she? Okay.
I have no problem with cats. I mean, especially with a nice béarnaise sauce on the grill, they're fantastic. But yeah, we're dog person now. I think we're dog people from here on out.
All right.
Let's hear
Okay.
about the cat.
So we're going to play a little game. I'm going to say what the cat is doing in quarantine. You're going to have to get in the mind of a cat and think, when I say the verb, what specific actions that the cat is doing.
All right.
So the
Oh,
first
boy.
one is keeping active. So if you were a cat, how would you keep active?
Bounce.
I would say like chasing a laser that my owner is running across the floor.
All right, here on the article it says, knock a bunch of coins or small bottles off a table and see how far they bounce or roll.
Fair enough.
Sprawl on top of a good book and get scared by something, anything, and then race out of the room.
Nice.
So if you're looking for things to do, we can take some of these actions from the cats.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, yes.
Oh, cool.
Knock small things off the table.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. As
watch them
humans,
go.
we can do this stuff.
yeah.
How about bathe regularly? How would a cat bathe regularly?
I just licking themselves.
Just cleaning behind the ears. Now do it again.
Fair enough. Oh, man.
How would you communicate with friends and family?
Oh, boy. If you're a cat,
You're just gonna meow.
I
a lot.
suppose, or give a hard stare. I don't even know.
So as humans, we can start screaming at 6 a.m. for no reason at anyone within hearing distance. Or
Fair enough.
yowling at birds, walking across a computer board, and biting your phone instead of talking into it.
Yes.
Also, maintaining a balanced diet. How would you do that as a cat?
Ooh, as a cat.
That's tough. I mean, all they get is catnip, right?
Yeah, cat food if I'm indoors. If I'm outdoors, I suppose you bring in the occasional mouse.
Yeah.
Or,
Right.
How about eat small meals 3 to 14 times a day? Dump food on the floor for variety. Put your entire hand in a bowl of popcorn, but then you decide it's not what you want to eat.
nice. Oh, man.
Here, take on a project. We can hide all of our toys under the couch, shred loose pieces of toilet paper, pull apart your roommate's chair, rub hair on every article of clothing you can find.
I wonder why we don't have a cat.
Yeah, there's good reasons.
We had a dog as well.
And we can learn to meditate. All you have to do is stare at a spot on the wall for 6 hours. And then they like to practice social distancing, aka staying away from humans.
Fair enough.
And then if you have problems, just hiss. So
Fair enough. I haven't hissed at anybody recently.
No.
I'd have to.
Yeah. You don't strike me as a hisser.
No, I'm not much of a hisser. Not at all.
Hey, remember a few years back you came to our house and got some turtles?
Yes.
Turtle eggs.
Turtle eggs.
Yeah. Have you ever seen any turtles around here, Clay?
Yeah, we get snapping turtles in the creek over there. What happened by Fred and Donna? They had a snapping turtle that came out of the swamp behind their house or creek, and laid eggs in your landscaping, right?
Yep.
And I came and got the turtles out, and I dug the eggs out, and I actually buried the eggs in a bucket with sand. Kept them in my back barn, and I'd bring them outside once in a while where it was warm. No, you know what? I kept them outside, but I drilled holes in the bottom of the bucket so water would go in and flow out when it rained. And a bunch of them hatched.
Wow.
So, yeah, I just let them go in the creek. Some people don't like snapping turtles. I figure they're a part of the environment, so let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Plus, they're pretty good eating.
It'll take a while for them to get as big as the one we had.
Oh, that was a big one. That's
that?
probably a 30-year-old, 40-year-old turtle.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I got one more funny thing before we ask some serious questions to wrap up tonight.
Yeah.
I saw on Facebook today that there was an MLive article put out by some Maryland police. They put out a tweet that says, "Wear pants to go check the mail. This is our final warning."
You know, there's somebody getting up that is not just getting up. They've probably been sitting on a live stream all day, Google Meeting or Zooming with somebody on the computer, and
Forgot they don't have pants on.
Forgot they don't have pants on. Go out and grab the mail.
Going with a robe and it's blowing in the breeze.
Oh yeah, that's got to raise some little ire in the neighborhood. Do we have another guest tonight or not?
We were gonna possibly get in Joel Clausen, but with all the issues, we might just want to wait until we know we have
try
a
them
better,
until we get the stuff going.
I mean, it's
better.
already 8:20, so.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But I have 6 questions that someone put together. I think they're very thoughtful. We can kind of go through them. First one is, what are you grateful for today? Like today, not this week, but just today. These are all questions that we're going to talk about today specific.
Today specific.
Okay.
Fred, what do you think?
Well, certainly grateful for a warm home, right?
Yeah.
As cold as it got last night, watching that snow, just the blessings of a warm home.
Yeah. You know, I would say I'd throw 2 things in there. One of them was this, because I enjoy seeing people. Yep. I struggle with this on your own thing. The second thing we were blessed to do, we went to Discovery Church today, and they have the Feeding America truck come in, and they do like a food pantry.
Yep.
So we were there, Pattersons were there, Agars were there, a couple other people from church. I was way on one end, so I didn't see everyone. But it was cool to, and with the whole COVID thing going on, they would have the cars, they had grocery carts. So we'd fill up or put all the items for one person in a grocery cart and park those off the side. A car pulls up, you throw the stuff in.
Are there more people there right now, Clay, than normal?
I would guess there are, because the last time we did it, I think we were around 75 or 80. We were over 100 this time. Okay. And ran out of food.
Wow.
And it was interesting. I think they're gonna try to get more food from Feeding America right now, because it's just, I think there are more people needing food right now. People who don't have work. If they can get some free food someplace.
Well, look at those lines in San Antonio and even San Diego, right? All those hundreds of cars standing in line waiting for food.
Yeah. So it was I was very thankful to interact with other people and to hopefully make a difference in someone's life by doing that today.
Right.
That was.
How about you? How about you, Eric?
How about you, Eric?
I think just being able to still go to work. I know some people would die to be working, and some people are just like working and they don't want to work,
Right.
So I've seen both sides, but I keep thinking, if I wasn't working, I probably wouldn't be doing much, and I'd probably getting more, depressed that way.
Yeah. You should join us on camera here for this conversation if you can.
I think we're good now on the stream. So
okay.
So yeah, and then the tax deadline was actually supposed to be today, but
That's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
But it got pushed 3 months away from now.
Okay.
And we just had kind of a little happy hour at work to kind of celebrate, even though it wasn't today. So that was kind of nice, just to be socially distant in a room from each other, but just to be able to kind of
still
chat a little
be
bit.
there. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
And if everyone at home watching wants to answer these questions in the chat too, feel free. We'll
that'd be
read
a
some
good
of them on air.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't seen people from work in about 4 weeks.
Yeah, I see my people 2 or 3 times a week because we have Zoom meetings, but in person, yeah, we're good.
All right.
We're good.
That means since we're in Traeger, oh man, you're over 6.
He's way out there. Yeah, it's yeah. I get that too, right? You miss seeing them in person.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
Not the same.
Go to the next one.
Yeah.
Pull it back up here. Who am I checking in on or connecting with today?
Huh.
And I guess it would be okay if we didn't, just be honest. But
Stretched out.
it's something to look forward and think about.
Yeah, I actually did on Easter. Being, again, not able to interact with a lot of family.
Yeah.
Went and saw a couple different people on Easter.
Ah, good.
People who are kind of shut in and needed somebody to listen to.
Yep.
I was actually sitting on their porch, and they were sitting inside through the screen door.
Yep.
We both had masks on, too. So
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
Ah, good for you. How about you, Eric?
I reached out to clients with tax questions.
Yep.
So when it comes to, checking in on people, I haven't done any of that today.
Yep.
But I FaceTimed with my parents last Sunday after church. So that was kind of nice to talk with them for a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my dad, in this situation, my dad calls me we talk almost every day right now, which is out of the ordinary. Generally, with my dad, I wind up getting about, he's out in the back. Yeah, I just found some fresh coyote tracks. He calls me up, and that's it, But we've been talking a little bit more with this. I check on my parents. We touch base with a lot more. Yeah.
And
students,
they're
definitely.
healthy.
Yeah, they're doing well.
Good.
Students, I check with students. I mean, daily almost I have conversations with different students.
Good. Third question. What expectations of quote-unquote normal am I letting go of today? So something that you would usually do, you're just not worrying about it anymore.
Well, I know for the first couple of weeks when we were not going to work, we started cutting salaries and hours, and our managers at work did apply for the CARES Act funds, and we were notified last week that we, as a company, are going to be receiving them. So
Good.
The mindset of wondering, right, as a small business, what's going to be happening over the next number of weeks as it relates to compensation.
Yeah.
So that at least is a stopgap for now. So
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about that quite as much as I had been the first 3-4 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, yours is probably school related. I mean, that's
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's people. It's people. I mean, for example, when a waitress comes up and puts her arm on my shoulder and calls me hun when there's an order, she's getting a big tip automatically. She could bring me liver and onions when I ask for a burger. You make that connection with me.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And I miss some of that. I mean, even with students, the talking to my students every day. That's the kind of thing that just, that's a loss that I continue to struggle and process through.
Yeah, I'd say, not today specific, but just not being able to go to church and then my parents for the afternoon and eat lunch with them. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of a huge change too.
Yeah, Sunday was Easter. That was I felt that. I mean, our home was noticeably, the celebration of Easter is still there. The joy of the risen Savior. I mean, the biggest holiday in the Christian calendar. That was there, but the
Sharing
getting
it.
Yeah, sharing it with our larger church family.
Yeah.
That was just, yeah.
Yep.
But boy, I'm already excited for that first service back. I think we might go longer than an hour.
And coffee and cookies might go another hour.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
depends how much social distancing we'll still have
That's
to do,
true.
right?
That's true.
Julie did comment and say that we actually reached out to her today. So going back to question number 2.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Question 4. How am I getting outside today?
Ah.
I don't know if you want to be outside today.
Well, yeah, I did. Like I said, I couldn't golf, but I dressed up warm and went out in the backyard and did some landscaping, just cleaning up shrubs and stuff, and that was therapeutic. And I stayed pretty warm.
Yep.
Just staying active, and that was good mentally for me.
Good. Yeah, well, how did I get outside? I've been running. I've said that before every morning for a while, and I got to throw props to Brad Patterson, who last week we have breakfast together a morning, and last week he was talking about how you got to get outside. You got to get off the treadmill, go outside. And last Sunday morning, it was nice out last Sunday morning. I ran outside, and holy smokes, were you right, Brad? I ran farther, and so now I'm ticking away till it gets. When I can wake up and it's above freezing, I will probably be running outside.
Yeah, good.
Because it's that was a big heads up from that guy.
Yeah.
A nearly professional runner.
Eric?
I just went out to work and back today and came here. So, yeah.
I try to get out and check my I have a minnow trap in the creek. I always keep a trap in there just because I'm always curious what's in. But I always if I catch anything interesting, I bring it into my classroom. So now I'm just doing it to see what I catch.
I guess I did walk to my mailbox today.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Turkey hunting actually starts on Saturday.
Okay.
So I will be out. I don't know if I'll be out Saturday, but
Okay.
I plan to get out lots of mornings until I harvest a turkey this year.
Okay.
Because to me, being outdoors is that's like sitting with God.
Yeah.
Julie said there's a nice sunset going on right now.
Ooh.
Kind of see it a little bit.
You see it through the trees. We might be a fuzz late on it.
Yep.
Here. The trees are in the way.
Hey, speaking about missing students and stuff, I had lunch with a compatriot of yours a few weeks ago, Tom Vander Laan.
Oh, I miss Tom.
He was one of my teachers too.
Yeah, I know.
Tom
And-
is one of those legendary teachers
Yeah.
that exists.
I
Tom
know,
Vander Laan.
I know you've talked about that before, and you've kind of emulated him, and I tried to replace him as the science guy right at Camp Roger.
Well,
Right?
he used to do
Yeah.
I do his former role
Yeah.
in Lake Ecology there.
Yeah, I
but,
remember you told me that one time.
Yeah.
So,
I love working with
yeah,
Tom.
he's still trying to stay active as well.
Doing
Doing some
the clubs?
golfing, working at the Pines, although they're closed right now too.
Yep.
So staying as interactive as you can with grandkids, but having the distance from them too. So that's pretty tough. But
Yeah.
it was great to see Tom.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Camp Roger, we always use pencils down by our Lake Ecology. He always showed up with a box of golf pencils from the Pines.
Brad Patterson commented, "Yes." And then he said Clay will need to change his Instagram handle to Crazy Runner Clay soon.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Did you go
I
out
told
and
Jackie this morning if I can. This morning I ran last Sunday being outside. I ran like 2.25 miles. Today I was 1.75 miles. I think if I can get to like 2 miles, 2 miles might be my thing, but
Okay.
we'll see. Maybe I'll turn into Crazy Runner Clay.
Did
you
you
have
get some
a-
new running shoes as well?
No, I don't have them on. That's the one thing I do need to get some new
right.
shoes with my
Yep.
new running thing here. The ones
right.
I'm using are pretty. They're I think they're good on the treadmill because the treadmill's got a little more cushion, but the trail, running on the Kent Trail there, I'll need something with a little more cushion.
You got a tracker, like a smartwatch? Or?
Yeah, yep. I run my watch. It tells
Okay.
me how far I go and my pulse. And not gonna lie, the first couple times I did it, it was like heart rate, red line. I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna die.
Well, that's what bacon will do to you, you know.
Yeah, I know it. And I cut down on some of that stuff for this whole quarantine thing going on.
All right, we'll get to our next question here. Number 5 out of 6. How am I moving my body today? You kind of goes
Yeah.
hand in hand with the getting
Ties in,
outside.
yeah.
And
Well, I actually work downstairs as well. I've got treadmill. No, actually, I've got a spin bike and a weight machine and a rowing machine.
Oh, nice.
So I did that a few years back because the winter time is a tough time for me. So I got to stay as active as I can.
Yeah.
And so I did that today as well. in addition to being outside. So.
Interesting. We've got a treadmill and a bike. Jackie and I in the summertime we'll get on the Kent trails and ride down to like Millennium Park or something and Saturday morning before the kids are even up. Have you ever actually rode? Are you a rower or just on the machine?
No, just on the machine.
Okay.
But it's pretty realistic.
Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah.
I enjoy running a rowboat.
You can set the resistance for as strong as you want. So
Does it have the whole sliding seat thing like those guys in the what do they call it, sculling, where they
just like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I've never
You'll
tried
have to do
one of
that
those.
since you can't have your power boat out right now.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should get one of those things. And although I'd imagine exercise stores are non-essential right now too, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'll have to make something.
Last question. What beauty am I either creating, cultivating, or inviting in today?
Wow.
You know, Maggie woke up this morning and looked outside and said to me, "Boy, Dad, it's really pretty out there." And I woke up and saw the snow after running, and it was a little bit, I love all 4 seasons of Michigan.
Yeah.
But in April, I was a little bit bitter. And when she said that to me, it kind of reset my brain a little bit. And I looked outside with a different set of eyes and thought, you know what?
Yep.
It is kind of pretty out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Those are good questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Something to
questions
think
for
about
this
every
kind of
day.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're at 8:36 right now.
Yeah.
Any last questions? You have about half a minute to get them in. Otherwise, we'll just call it a night.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for some questions to come in.
I'm going to work on the internet here, and we'll see if we can't get some
Wow.
better ability to take guests on board.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do some tests at my house, you know,
Yeah.
tomorrow at 7:30, and then fire up a Skype session and see if it bombs out.
Yeah,
on
let's
me at
text
my
tomorrow
house.
night, and
Okay.
we can run tests at the same time, and we'll see how we're doing.
Yep.
Otherwise, I think maybe if we push it back to 8 o'clock, we might have better success. Because last week, after that 8 o'clock hit, I mean, we
It was
turned
a lot
video back
smoother.
on, and
Yep.
yeah,
There's no problems after 8 last week.
yep. Jen Quakel says Mr. Vander Laan was the best.
Mr. Vander Laan was the best, without a doubt. I loved working with him. Clayton, he always called me.
Caleb Agar just texted me and said hi. So hi.
Hey, Caleb.
Hey, Caleb.
I saw Caleb today. He was at Discovery too, helping
Handing
dole
out
out food. Yep.
Wasn't quite a question, but we'll take it, and we'll give you some shout
We'll
outs.
always
Shout
take
out
it.
to Caleb. We're going to have to see if we can get the Agars on next week.
Yeah,
right?
we'll have to. So Agars, if you're out there, fire up that Skype app. We'll be in touch with you guys. See how you guys are doing with this whole thing. And if any of you have any suggestions, like you maybe say, I don't want to be on, but these people would be great. We should check in with the Vander Arks. If they are watching,
Gordon Sarmay.
we should have the Vander Arks on.
Yep.
It'd be great to see how they're doing.
Well, how about Twyla?
That'd be great.
Right?
Twyla would be great too.
If you're listening, Twyla.
Yeah, absolutely. Be fun to get her in on Skype and chat.
Yep.
That's what it's for. I mean, we're trying to recreate our coffee and cookies as best we
In
can
the narthex.
on a Wednesday
Yeah.
night.
And we had the cookies.
We did. We had cookies tonight, which are
We'll have a few more afterwards.
yeah, we definitely will. Maggie left us a whole plate here, so
Yeah.
I'm sure those will vaporize shortly.
Right along with your marshmallows.
Yes, which I ran the dehydrator again. Dude, they're incredibly crunchy tonight.
Is it a different?
It's the
Brand?
same marshmallows, but I ran it again, and then I let it sit for a day.
Focus, smoke.
It's like when they sit for a day, they
I'm going to
get,
break a tooth.
they get way crunchier.
Yeah, those are definitely Lucky Charm status.
Oh yeah, these are right in the Lucky Charm status. I may have to pour a bowl full of
Gotta
these
be
and put
careful.
milk
You're
on
going to
them.
have to call your dentist.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Cheerios and
Yeah.
stale marshmallows.
These are next level marshmallows. They're getting better. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
think they get the point.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Brad. I didn't know Fred had a full gym at his house. I'm going to cancel my Planet Fitness membership and work at Fred's when this is all over.
I'll do it half price, Brad.
You have to work out together, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sense a little income opportunity
Yep.
here, Fred.
All right. I need to make some money. I haven't worked in about 4 weeks.
Yeah. Bergsma Body and Fitness. There we go.
Pump some iron.
Buff, make Brad buff after this.
That'd be
He
perfect.
can already run like crazy. Now he'll be buffed
They're
too.
gonna build up the pipes on top there. He'll be a
Yep.
beast.
Oh, Brad retracted his statement. It says message retracted.
Yeah. Hey, if this whole body can do it, you can do it, Brad.
I'd like to see crazy bodybuilder Brad.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, just stay off the roids.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have a new broadcast engineer. John Quakel says, let me know if you need a hand testing things.
Ooh.
Cool.
We may be in touch, John.
Although I do like being off camera too. So
Yeah. Yep.
unless people like me on here, I don't care.
Hey, I think you're a great addition right here.
Hey, you bet.
Yep. Add a little
You
more.
liven it up.
It'd be
Exactly.
nice if we could all like be on a row, not 6 feet apart. So maybe when this is over,
Yeah, we can run
we can
a
be
few
at a
just to
table or
see.
something. Or
Yep.
yep. But then Rick
good
would have
stuff.
to change the name of the show too.
That's true.
Although we're committed to Covenant Wednesday Night Chat. but
Exactly.
He's promoting it as the Clay and Fred Show.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's kind of fun. I just hope people are enjoying it because
Yeah.
it's that's the goal.
Yep.
Get touch base with our church members a little bit.
Yeah.
And hopefully a little
Brighten up their day too.
exactly a little light conversation, a little good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We didn't. Did you get anything in the mail today to review or anyone?
You know, I didn't. I did get my stimulus money came
Nice.
in today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was
Two of
interesting.
my daughters did.
Yeah,
Actually, one today and one yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah, I realized I had a balance due on my 2018 return, so they don't have my direct deposit info.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I've been waiting to do the 2019 because mine went up a little bit. So
So they're going to be subtracting
Yeah.
from yours.
I gotta just wait for a paper check.
Your stimulus check might be a stimulus bill.
Yeah. You know why it's taking so long to get the checks out?
Why?
Trump wanted his signature on it.
Oh,
That's
gee.
what I heard.
That's what I heard.
There's a marketing ploy.
Yeah, people won't cash them. They're going to hold on to them.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad still said he misspelled something, so he deleted it. He still wants to work out at Fred's.
Okay.
All
Yeah, hey, no
right.
problem
Price
at
just
all,
went
Brad.
up, but
No, hey, I'll make you a good deal, Brad.
you gonna give him a key to your house to get in there if you're not there? Is it 24-hour?
That's
Jim?
what Donna wants, to get up in the morning at 5 a.m. and walk downstairs and see Brad down there sweating away.
She doesn't go down there.
Okay. That's probably the better part of wisdom right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we marry up, right? You got to marry somebody wiser than you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all we got.
Cool.
So,
Good.
Well, hey, we'll call it a
signing
night
off.
then and shoot for the same time next week, hopefully with
Same
fewer
bat time, same bat channel.
same bat channel.
With a little more power.
Exactly. That's going to be the goal here. We'll test it out tomorrow
maybe a little
night.
church lady.
Yep, church lady. I'll make a
Nappy
phone call
special.
this week and up that a little bit if we need to. Yep.
Well, I think it's just the up.
Special.
It's the up we need.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Just the up.
Yep. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, Clay.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
Good seeing you guys. Even though we can't see everybody else, it's glad you're here. Hopefully you're enjoying it.
Oh, Brad said he'll just sign over his stimulus money to you.
That'll get him workouts for a little while.
Yep. That might cover you for a while.
Or get a new piece of equipment.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I have to ask your first customer what he needs.
And we'll end with our sponsor and our amazing sign
There we are.
made by the Hoxma Boys.
The Hoxma Boys.
Evermore Entertainment.
Yep. It's underwritten by Evermore
There
Entertainment.
you go. Under, actually. All right. Have a good night, folks.
See ya.